Hey everybody, it is Sunday, 8 o'clock. K14's here for you, giving you some education on credit scoring today. So the funny thing is with credit scores is we don't actually know the algorithm of how the credit bureaus calculate it. They've given us some kind of leeway to see some things, but actually how much everything weighs, nah. So for those of you that are just joining in, it is 8:02 on Sunday. I'm a little bit flustered because I was too busy watching something with my sister, a little thing about White Walkers and Jon Snow. Maybe you guys heard of it, Game of Thrones. But anyways, let's get down to nitty gritty. As you come rolling in, please state what city you are in, because I just found out I have people from different countries, not just in America, not just in the Phoenix, Arizona area. So that's super exciting for me. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one, so Cassie, where are you? Essie and Jessica, where do you guys live? Okay, everybody? Nobody lives here? Just kidding. Okay, so for credit scoring, you can go from minimum of 300 and maximum 850. Okay, let's start over. So 300 to 850, that's 550 point range that you can fall under. Obviously, if you're in the 300 range, you got a lot of work to do. If you're in the 800s, you're doing good credit-wise. I'm in Surprise, Arizona too, Cassie. So awesome. So a little background about me. I originally started getting credit at about age 17. My grandma co-signed my first car loan for me, thank goodness, because she had bomb credit. So I had low interest rate, and that helped me start getting, hi Jason, start getting credit at a young age, so I'm able to build it from a young age, which is why at 33 young years old, I have owned 3 houses and multiple cars with low interest rates, because I'm always taking care of my credit, making sure I'm not paying extra on certain things. So speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw my last lives, but my husband got injured, super bad knee injury at work last year. So in doing so, we were making bad choices, eating up our savings and certain things. And so the credit cards were being used for certain things that shouldn't be used for. And I learned that that was not a good choice, obviously. So starting in November, my credit score was 644, and it just went up 5 more points. So I am now at 774. So I went up 130 points since November. So obviously I'm doing something right. Just saying that I know where to put the money to help people, but just letting you know, I'm available to help with credit, budget building, and budget building, credit, and debt payoff plans. Sorry about that. Okay, so for most people, to get the best rates, 740 is the goal. So if you're above 740, you're usually going to qualify for pretty good rates and not have to worry about them hustling you and charging you more for higher rates, which in the long run you'll pay thousands and thousands and thousands extra. I mean, in mortgages, it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars extra. So one thing you can do is get a free annual. So I don't care if it's your birthday, if it's the first of the year, you want to get your money right, get your body right. You know, people are like, new year, new me, let me get fit. Annualcreditreport.com. So you can get one free one every 365 days. So I'm a little weird. I do have it with my bank, so I'm able to be monitored. I'm covered. If something happens, someone steals my credit or something, I can say, oh, that's not me, and they'll fight for me. I have that coverage, but that's with my bank. But I also do Credit Karma and Credit Sesame, which is what the pictures I've been posting to let you know oh, here you go. This is where I'm doing. This is where I'm putting the money. This is where my score's going. So people can see from 644 and then now I'm at what did I say? I gotta look because it just went up. 774. So my goal is to be at 800 by the end of the year. A couple of people are super Dave Ramsey fans. Like, let me tell you, I've taken his class, I've read his books, I met the man in person in Portland, like I've seen him live. I'm a legit Dave Ramsey goat. Like, that's my boy. That's, but I'm also realistic. I know people are not going to save and live with their parents for 3 years and save every penny they have and put 100% down on a mortgage. I know that's not realistic. So that is not what I teach, because I'm going to teach realistic goals that people, based on where they're at, can handle. Yes, that would be great. Let me pay off my house with the quickness. That would be epic. But in reality, you do need credit to get a car loan. If you don't want to save up the 30 grand, 20 grand, 10 grand, and you want to finance it to build your credit score, some people need that option. So yes, 100% down would be epic. But realistically speaking, a high credit score will get you lower rates. So, and honestly, you'll find out why here. So let's get into the nitty gritty. We're at 6 minutes. Okay. So how is your credit score calculated? Most people, you can Google this with real ease and look it up and okay, I got it. But you don't have me. So here we go. 35% of your score. That's a third of your score. Hey, Sabrina, I see you, boo. A third of your score is payment history. Common sense, that means, do you pay your bills on time? That's it. Do you pay your bills on time? You get one late payment, let me tell you, it could drop you 30, 50, 100 points on 1 month, depending on how it's weighted with your algorithm of how the credit bureaus see fit to kill your score, pretty much. So there are 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, I know I'm looking, I already know these by heart, and TransUnion. Now, Credit Karma and Credit Sesame, they cover different ones. So I do both just because I want to have a full range, but those are the 3. So payment history, pay your bills on time. Duh, plain and simple. A 30-day late on a medical bill, they end up sending it to collection at 60, 90, 120 days. That $35 copay could cost you 100 points. Like, I could literally not pay a payment and be back down to where I was in November after all this money I just paid off. So pay your bills on time. If you are late, which, okay, stuff happens, life happens, I get it. Catch up. Make an agreement with them before they send it to the credit bureau, because once they send it to collections, the collection agency is going to obviously report it that you've been sent to collections because they want to get their money too. So 35%. So pretty much a third of your score is that. Another third of your score is, this is a huge one for my clients. Huge. Like, they think I'm crazy and I just be like, whoa, where you at? Where you at? This is huge. Utilization ratio. Another way to say it is debt ratio or limit usage. So what does that mean? You're using big words. I don't know what that word means. What are you talking about? So a third of your score means you need to be not at the max. How close you are to the max. So, for example, $1,000 limit on a credit card. You have $800 on it. You're using 80% of your credit on that account. Just that account. I'm not talking about the other ones. So what you can do is, the first goal would be to get everything under 50%. So if you can get all of your loans, all of your stuff under 50, then hit the next one. Obviously, everybody's situation is different. Everybody, if you want one-on-one for me to look at your stuff and help you individually, I'm available to do that. But most people keep it under 50. Next goal would be 30, and then 10. Okay, so you have to keep that $1,000 under 500, so at $499, under 300, so at $299 or less, and then keep it under $100. But that sucks, because then I can't use my, good, don't use your credit. Use your money in your account from working. Stop using credit for some dumb stuff, unless you plan on paying it off. Okay, 30%. Dun, 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 dun. Next is, okay, so 35% payment history, 30% utilization ratio. Next, biggest one, which is really small. 15% is the length of your history. So that's the average of all of your accounts over time. So for example, I got divorced in 2009, I think, 2009. So my ex and I had a credit card. He only put me on as authorized user. It wasn't even, if you're an authorized user, you only get penalized. You're not getting the positive reporting. You're only getting negative reporting if you, if you fall, if they falter. So he paid all his payments on fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I said, take it off at the divorce paperwork. Take it off, take it off, take it off. Get it out of my name. I don't want nothing linked to him, da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop. Tell me why this account is still in my name 10 years later, 10 years and 9 months later or something like that. I said, don't take that off my account. Because it's helping my average. He already done closed it. He can't use it again. Girl, yes, I am getting the positive reporting. So I have a 10-year loan, and then everything else, you know, I bought this house 2 years ago. So 10 and 2, you know, that's an average of 6 years and whatever. So it's the average of all of your accounts and when the account was last used. So for example, that account, it should technically be closed, but for some reason still showing up. I'm not telling them because it counts for my 10 years. It's helping my score. I'm not saying nothing. So average score. Okay. Next is 10% of new credit. Now this is tricky because they don't want you to look like a risk. So, oh, you know, I want to go, you know, I'm gonna go buy me a new TV. You know, $800. I'm gonna give me a Best Buy card. So there's 800. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna get this furniture and I'm gonna put on Visa. Okay, I'm gonna get this couch, Visa, right? Now you look suspect because why do you have to keep opening up all these new accounts? It's not necessary. So you have to be careful with the timing. Make sure if you're establishing credit, you know, young kids too, but even as adults, if you're trying to fix your credit, don't open up like 19 different credit cards and expect your score to go up. No, it looks suspect. Like, why are you so desperate to get that money? Okay, the other 10%, so we got 35 payment history, 30 utilization ratio, that's really hard to say, 15% length of history, 10% new credit, and 10%, oh, here we go, last one, types of credit used. So, some people don't have credit, like not just good credit, bad credit, some people don't have any credit. So, they go get a car or something to at least establish credit. But you need to have a mix of accounts. And by that, I mean different types. So let me give you an example. If you have a mortgage and a car payment and a credit card and student loans, those are 4 different types of accounts. But even within those accounts, maybe your student loans are 10 little student loans of $2,000 each or something. So you have 10 different accounts within the student loan range. So it's difficult. This one's difficult because there's literally no algorithm out there that tells us exactly how each thing is weighed. They just give us this rough estimate. This is about what they're doing, but your score might be different from this. And yeah, so types of credit cards. So I didn't have any credit cards until I was like 28, 26, something like that. So I ended up getting a Visa with my bank first, just to have some credit card, because I ended up going on vacation and they would not accept my debit card at the car rental place. And I'm like, bye, it's fine, just take it, you know, it's just take it, it's fine. And they're like, no, you need to have a credit card and this. And I'm like, oh Lord. So as soon as I got back, I was like, I need a credit card. I do, which I didn't, but I got one anyways. And then I have a Best Buy card. So that would count as a store credit card, and Visa would count as a regular credit card. So just be aware of, your balances and your limits and all that. So that's to keep up on that. Okay, mix, store cards. Okay, so that's it for me. You guys can visit my website. It's K14 Cash Coop. Wait, I'm sorry, K14 cashcoaching.com. No S. I'm backwards because it's mirrored, but I also will be having a YouTube channel, so subscribe, K14's Cash Coaching. I'm on Pinterest, K14 Cash, and Instagram. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Hi, Liz, you made it. I'm done. You can watch the re-up. So I get to go through all these comments and respond. And if you are watching this after the fact, then just make sure to comment and let me know where you're at so I can see who is from the Dominican Republic. Who is in Germany? I was so excited. I put a post on my private Facebook because I was so excited. Most of these are all my friends, so I appreciate all of you coming. Right, Sissy? And Laura, if you did not watch Grey's Anatomy Season 1, Episode 1, please get to that. Thank you.